Hello and welcome or welcome back to the channel. Now, I was recently asked what would be my 10 desert island colouring book choices. This was not started by me. This is an old tag. I will pop the original tag details in the description box below. But a viewer did ask me this question and I promised I would answer, and I've sat with my shelves, I've mulled it over, I've tried to come to a reasonable decision, and essentially if I was stranded on a desert island, what I've realised is I really hope that A, my alcohol markers, and B, my pencils are also with me, because that would change some of my choices, to be honest. But if I did get to pick the 10 colouring books that I ended up stranded on a desert island with, these are what I would pick. And some of them may not be for the reasons that some people would pick. I've gone with books that aren't heavily coloured, which isn't really a challenge for me. Books that, if I just had a couple to pick from, would make me step out of my comfort zone and actually colour in some of the books that I'm too scared to put pencil to paper and actually create on. And finally, books that are by my kind of staple favourite illustrators that I just go to every day for something that I know I can colour, that just relaxes me, I find simple, and that just are my favourite. So, not going to make you guys wait any longer, we're going to get a move on. So, you of course know I'm a big fan of Sarah Richter, and yet I have never worked in her books. Her books are so beautiful, they scare me a little bit. The paper's beautiful, the artwork's beautiful, and I don't know why it bothers me so much, really, because these are quite affordable and, accessible to replace if the worst did happen, and I'm still have not touched this amazing artwork. This is Dunkelbunt. I picked this one mainly because her new one's not out yet, so of course I couldn't show it to you guys, but hashtag wait for it, that will be up and coming on the channel for you to see some beautiful artwork the minute that comes out. And of course we have just really beautiful, very lightly, just a touch of grayscale in places to help you, just to help you colour them really. And even so, I still have struggled and haven't touched them. It really is time. So of course you guys know I enjoy portraits, so there's a mix of things in here that would just be a beautiful thing for me to have. So book number 1 on my desert island would be that one. Going completely opposite end, I've stacked these up. There is no rhyme or reason to my pile, so of course we go back and forth between completely different things. I have Morgan O'Brien's Matchstick Mouse. I have this is Pumpkin Party. I've picked this one because I haven't coloured a single page in it, and if I'm going to be stranded on a desert island for we don't know how long, trying to survive, find food, find supplies, find whatever, and then in my slight downtime I want to have as many pages as possible. So I bought this gorgeous little piece a little bit back. He's actually brought this out on slightly nicer paper, and it's got this beautiful rendered pattern and this gorgeous little story to it. But this is the Matchstick Mouse that we have come to know and love. She's there with all her friends, and I mean, just look at the detail on some of these. I really love the format of this one, the size of this one. I really feel like this removes all that extra, not necessary wastage in size. The pictures themselves are still a pretty similar size to what they were, but you just don't have all that extra page, and it really helps the aesthetic. I know we're fussy, we really are, but I really like that he's brought the size down to match the pages in this one, and these just beautiful coloured front and back sheets. So that is my pick number 2. Oh, I'm sorry guys, knocking you Pick number 3, of course, a desert island would not be a desert island without a Joseph Cattenbang mythographic. And I've picked Voyage just because it's one of my most recent ones. It's an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous book. And I've actually coloured a page in this, so I think it would help kind of motivate me. And let's be honest, if you had all the time in the world and not too many books to choose from, you might actually crack on with a few of these with all the detailed, intimidating pages. Where's the one I did? There's the one I did. Apart from this, I love it. Didn't get my light source quite the way I wanted to, but love the rest of the page. It's not the end of the world. These things happen. Whatever. But yeah, I'm so glad to have actually put pen to paper, or pencil to paper if you want to be specific, in this book and finally created a page. And I think this would be an amazing Desert Island edition. And even better, it's perforated, so you could pull your beautiful pages out and, you know, decorate the interior of your mud hut, log, raft, whatever you're going to create on your desert island while you're trying to survive. I play too many survival games, clearly, to actually understand what I would need on a desert island in real life. But yeah, beautiful book. Love this one. This is a definite favourite of mine. So that is book option number 3. Number 4, you guessed it, you can't really be a colourist if you don't somewhere have a Joanna Basford. This surprises me as much as anyone. It always astounds me just how much I like Magical Jungle, because for ages and ages I didn't buy it because I kept seeing it and I didn't like it. And I picked it up in a shop and scrolled through it one time and put it back. Had it in my basket multiple times on Amazon and just kept changing my mind. And then you see beautiful pages done by other colourists, and over time it just wore me down. And I did complete my Joanna Basford collection, and weirdly enough, once I did, I really liked this book. I absolutely really like this book. Not a massive fan of the yellow paper, but for me, you know, it's not the end of the world. And I have worked in it a little bit, so again, it just kind of, I really love the pages that I've done, and I do find when I like the artwork I've created in them, I am more likely to return to the actual book. Super fun, these pages. Very pastel for me, I know. Tried something new and loved it. I think that may actually be the only thing I've done in here. But they are 2 of my favourite Joanna Basford pages. So again, maybe I would, you know, with little resources and little things to choose from, maybe be able to return to some of my favourites. So that is my pick number 4. Got to have a Joanna Basford, and I am also surprised it's not World of Flowers. But I feel like if I was stranded on a desert island, World of Flowers is kind of my channel colouring book, so I tend to not really colour in it that much without you guys, so it just wouldn't feel right. So we've gone with Magical Jungle. Book number, what are we on? 1, 2, 3, 4. Book number 5. And it is, of course, an Emmanuel Colin. I've gone with number 2 because I haven't done any pages in, a bit like 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. But I have worked in book 1, so again, I would want to have maximum colour options, and clearly feel like, I don't know, I feel like I'd get through 10 books because we all know I wouldn't. But gone with book 2 because when I did kind of scroll through them, I just love them. I love all of the Colourised Wild books, but I feel like number 2 just has all these really beautiful pages in. And I've got doubles in case I felt like doing them twice. Plenty of insects, which, you know, will help me with the desert island wildlife, just to feel right at home. I wouldn't survive on an island. There's no way I'd be able to spend a night outside with the bugs. So that is book number 3, 4, 5. Book 6, yes. One of my absolute favourites. I have both of the Gooey books. But, you know, this was my first, and I haven't worked in any of these. These are just too stunning to touch. I just have never got that far. and really feel like you've got to do artwork like this justice, haven't you? I've had this book long enough that my pages are quite yellow now. I mean, just look at this. So this is a definite beautiful choice for me. And it's like, you know, watercolour paper, so it wouldn't matter that it got a bit damp on my travels either. But that is a stunning, stunning book that maybe then I would finally work on. 6, right. So book number 7, of course, is another book that I've always been also too scared to touch and have had in my to work on pile forever. That is Thomas Kincaid, and out of the books that I have, I've gone with the Disney Princess, because who's not cheered by a Disney Princess? And if all else fails, at least I'll have a book of beautiful, beautiful artwork to stare at while I'm stranded. And you know, I mean, again, it would probably be the very last book I dared to attempt, but I have it, it's there, it's going to sit on that island with me until I crack on with a page. Just beautiful. Beautiful. And then, yes, Reptilides 2. The reason I wouldn't take Reptilides 1 is because I've completed so much of it, but this is one of my go-to relaxing, just fun. I know, stranded on an island, this thing would cheer me right up, because they're such fun, they're such characteristic little pages, and you guys know how much I have loved working in my first one. I haven't been back to it for a while, and I think it's time. It does need to be pulled out. Along those same lines, my book choice number 9 has to be a Hannah Lynn pocket sized, because they are my favourites. Again, can't be Enchanted Faces because I've nearly finished it. And of course, it wouldn't be fair to my buddies if I was stranded on a desert island, because I do have a buddy group, to be touching those pages when I didn't know which ones we should be working on. So I pick her new one, which is Fierce and Fantasy Faces, and of course I have line art and grayscale options in here, so I can pick whichever one takes my fancy just in case. And again, I just know these are pictures that I can just pick up and run with and just really relax and colour without stress and pressure. Got to have one of those. And then of course, book number 10, last but not least, you've got to have, if you're me, a Hannah Colin. Now, I struggled between Tales from the Forest Kingdom and of course Tales from the Witch's Cottage, but again, I've worked quite a bit in Tales from the Forest Kingdom, so same kind of thing. I think I've only done the one page in here, and it's a beautiful enough page that it does kind of really encourage me to work in the book, and again, not enough pages so that I wouldn't work on it. Oh, I have 2 in here. 2. Again, I like both of these pages. Do I have more than 2? Now I'm thinking, No, I only have 2, it's fine, we can take it. I'm just double checking. I only have 2, we're okay. Plenty of pages left. And I wouldn't feel like I was betraying you guys again by colouring in my Tales from the Forest Kingdom without you. Because again, I work quite a bit on that book on the channel as well. And, I love the Hannah Colin, especially the new format books. I have all of hers. I know she's got one coming out soon, and I'm sure that will be no different. At this point, I think I buy them because I just have to have them. beautiful artwork. I'm a sucker for beautiful artwork, I really am. So I hope this has been strangely interesting in some way, and for the lady that requested to know this, I hope other people do this for you as well, so you get to see people's choices. What would your 10 books be? If you're a channel, let us know. If you're a subscriber or a viewer, pop it in the comments down below so I can have a look and see. And of course we have Hannah Colson, Hannah Lynn, Vassal Psycho, Thomas Kincaid, Gooey, I think, Emmanuel Colin, Joanna Basford, Joseph Cattinbang, Morgan O'Brien and Sarah Richter to keep us company on our desert island, so there is no way we could possibly feel that we were alone. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Happy crafting, happy colouring, happy whatever you're doing this week. Have a fantastic time, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.